A long time ago, there was a king named Prithvi. He had a daughter, Arohi, who was very mischievous. Because of her pranks, the entire kingdom remained troubled. One day, the king said to his queen, "I'm very worried about the princess. I fear that her mischief might bring trouble upon her." The queen replied, "Nothing like that will happen. She is just a child, so please don't worry too much." One day the princess was playing with her friends. When they saw a sage sitting in meditation, Arohi quietly went near him and placed a fake snake on him. The sage woke up from his meditation and angrily said, "Weak girl, you have disturbed my penance. I curse you. May you never find happiness in life, and whoever marries you shall die." Just then the king and queen arrived. The king pleaded, "Please don't say this, O sage. Forgive my daughter." But the sage was so angry that he left without listening to them. As time passed, the princess grew up, but after that incident, she became very quiet and withdrawn. She spent most of her time alone in her room. One day, the king said to the queen, "I have invited some prince for the princess married. She will marry whoever she chooses." The queen said, "What are you saying? Have you forgotten the sake curse?" The king replied, "It has been a long time. Don't worry, nothing will happen." The king announced that any prince who wished to marry the princess should come to the royal court the next day. At that moment, the royal priest arrived and said, "What are you doing, Majesty? You know very well that whoever marries the princess will die." The king said, "A lot of time has passed since then." The priest replied, "A sage's curse doesn't end with time. If you still believe it has, then you must tell the complete truth to whoever you marry your daughter to." The next day, princes from faraway lands come to the court. The king said, "I'm happy that you all have come, but I must tell you something. When my daughter was a child, a sage cursed her that whoever marries her will die. It is my duty to tell you the truth. Now that you know everything, who among you is willing to marry her?" The prince said, "Forgive us, Majesty. We came here to get married, not to die. If this was the truth, you should have told us earlier." And all the princes left. One day the king's childhood friend Ashok came to meet him. The king said, "Oh Ashok, you're here?" Ashok replied, "You had almost forgotten me, so I thought I should come and meet you myself." The king said, "No, it's not like that. I'm always busy with the affairs of the kingdom and hardly get any time." Ashok says, "All right, listen. Tomorrow is my son's birthday, and you have to come with your whole family. This time I won't accept any excuses." Prithvi says, "All right, friend, forgive me. This time I won't be able to come." Ashok replies, "Okay, if you don't come, then today our friendship is over and I'm leaving." Prithvi says, "Wait, I was just joking. We will definitely come." The next day, the king arrives with his daughter at Imperial Ashok Kingdom. Ashok says, "Oh, you have come, and look how grown up Arohi has become. The last time I saw her, she was just 5 years old." While they were talking, Ashok's son's Prince Ans arrives. King Prithvi says, "Oh Ans, you have grown up so much. Do you remember how much mischief you and Princess Arohi used to do in childhood? You both used to play and study together, and had become very good friends." Prince Ans says, "Yes, I remember how the princess used to do naughty things and then trap us." Ashok said, "Ans, Arohi has come here after many years. Take her around the kingdom." Both of them went to explore the kingdom. Ans said, "Honestly, you don't look like the same Princess Arohi." Arohi asked, "What do you mean?" He replied, "In childhood, you were so mischievous, and once you started talking, you never stopped. But now you're not saying anything at all. How have you changed so much? Did something happen?" The princess was still silent. The prince said, I think you didn't want to come here. You must have come only because of your father's insistence. So maybe you're not feeling comfortable here. The princess replied, It's not like that. You were my childhood friend. When you went back to your kingdom, I used to remember you every day. The prince said, Oh, really? Then, after meeting again after so many years, why are you so quiet? Meanwhile, Emperor Asok said to King Prithvi, You can see that our children have grown up and they have known each other since childhood. If you agree, we should arrange their marriage. King Prithvi said, What could make me happier than this? But then he remembered the curse and said, Forgive me, my friend, but I cannot marry my daughter to your son. Asok said, But you had just agreed. What happened suddenly? Prithvi replied, I agreed in haste. Asok asked, Why are you refusing? Don't you like my son? Prithvi said, That's not the case. Your son is one in a million. Even if I searched everywhere, I wouldn't find a better match than Ans for my daughter. Asok said, Then why are you refusing? Prithvi replied, Because I don't want anything to happen to the prince because of us. Asok said, What are you saying? Prithvi explained, When Arohi was a child, a sage cursed her that whoever marries her will die. That's why I don't want her to marry your son. After some time, the prince and princess returned to the palace. That night, after the party ended, the prince said to his father, The princess has changed so much, hasn't she? The king asked, Why do you say that? The prince replied, She used to talk so much before, but now she doesn't say anything. I tried talking to her, but she stayed silent. The king said, What can that poor girl say? At such a young age, she has been given such a big sorrow by fate. The prince asked, What do you mean? I don't understand. The king explained, A sage cursed her that whoever marries her will die. The prince said, That's why she was so quiet. The king replied, Yes, my son. When I saw her, I couldn't believe she was the same girl who used to be so mischievous, talkative, and always happy. But now, anyways, leave it. Go to sleep. It's late. The next morning, the prince went to the princess and said, Princess, do you sit alone in your room all day? Come, let's go outside. The princess said, You go, I don't feel like it. Just then her father arrives and says, The prince is right. Go out and walk a little. What is the use of sitting alone in a room all day? Come on, get up, he insists. So the princess went out with the prince. The prince said, Do you remember this garden? We used to play here all day. The princess replied, Yes, I remember. If it didn't get dark, we would even play at night. The prince said, Do you see that mango tree? Once you wanted to eat mangoes, so you made me climb that tree. Then when I fell, you told everyone that you had tried to stop me, but I insisted. Before I could say anything, my father scolded me. Do you remember, or have you forgotten? The princess said, I don't remember that clearly. The prince laughed and said, Of course you don't. I was the one who got scolded. The princess smiled and said, I do remember, and I didn't eat the mangoes alone. You ate a lot too. In fact, you ate more mango than me. So the one who eats more should be the one who gets scolded, right? The prince said, But you were the one who told me to climb the tree. I even said we could eat mangoes from the palace, but you said mangoes from the tree taste better. The princess replied, Yes, but you ate them too. And besides, you were so fat that the branch couldn't hold your weight and broke. The prince said, You call me fat? There is no one more handsome than me in the whole kingdom. King Asok and King Prithvi were listening to all this. Prithvi said, After so many years, today we have seen our daughter laughing and talking like this again. It feels like our old Arohi has returned, and all this is because of the prince. After some time, it became evening. The prince went to the princess' room and said, Princess, I brought something for you." He removed the cloth from a basket filled with fresh, juicy mangoes. The princess said, "These are from that tree, right?" The prince replied, "Yes, you like those mango, so I climbed the tree myself to pluck them." The princess said, "You work so hard for me, but in the morning you were arguing with me about mangoes." The prince said, "That was because I wanted to bring back the old Arohi, and the best part is this time the branch didn't break under my weight. Maybe it has grown stronger with time." The princess laughed. The prince said, "Just keep smiling like this. My father told me the reason of your sadness. Why are you worried? I'm your friend. I will never leave your side. And anyway, marriage is not that important. You can rule your father's kingdom in the future." "You know what? Even I won't get married." The princess asked. "Really? You won't marry?" The prince said, "No, it's not that important to me." Just then King Prithvi and Emperor Asok entered. Asok said, "Arohi, the prince is right." The prince added jokingly, "And besides, when someone has such a good friend, why do they need marriage? You're enough to trouble my mind. I don't need anyone else." The princess said, "What did you say? I trouble your mind?" The prince laughed and said, "I was just joking." And like this, the two always remain good friends. And so this sweet story comes to an end.